Hi, I'm Kevin Bissay. I am here today to explain to you the song The Girl from Tennessee from my debut album, Maybe. Now, I wrote this song because I'd written Maybe to Work this time, and I was writing a story album, so I wanted the song that led into Maybe to Work to be a song about two individuals meeting, them being set up by some friends. The song had several drafts where it wasn't about the whole Girl from Tennessee thing. It was just a guy setting up his friend. Then I had a few experiences that made me think, oh, this would be really interesting if it was the Girl from Tennessee. I've never been to Nashville. I don't get the country style, how they talk about their tractors, how they haven't gotten drunk in a while. I grew up in a small town in Logandale, Nevada, and in that small town, I didn't really fit in with the country-loving individuals. I didn't love horses or rodeos. My family didn't grow alfalfa. I felt disconnected, and I still don't understand the country lifestyle completely, as much as I might try. And as far as never having been to Nashville, that's just a fact. I've never been to Nashville. I never kissed a girl who I really wanted to kiss. I got so nervous the first time, I thought I'd accidentally miss. That was just a fact at the time. I hadn't kissed a girl who I really wanted to kiss. As far as the whole, I got so nervous the first time, I thought I'd accidentally miss. I was nervous. I don't know that I thought I'd accidentally miss. Sorry, I'm not so suave or tough. I don't lead a simple life. I can't see myself in a small town with a blonde conservative wife. Blonde conservative wife is kind of what you expect in those small towns. I saw a lot of people with that, just, your classic blonde conservative wife in a small town. I'm also not that tough. You cut me, I bleed. I'm not suave or tough. One thing I like about this song is that it's hard to make fun of a lot of groups of people right now in the United States, and people who like country music and like Hicks are one of the last groups who don't care. I can make fun of them freely. I've played this song for a lot of people who fit into that country-loving, redneck type category, and they love this song. They think it's awesome. And I'm always confused and grateful that they like the song. And I think one thing that helps it is that I'm so vulnerable with them. I'm saying, oh, you guys are like this, and I don't understand you, and it's weird to me, and I'm also kind of a lame person. I don't know if I'm a terrible person. Some things about my life aren't that exciting. I don't know about this girl who my friend says I'm gonna like. With descriptions set and ideas in my head, she's probably not my type. That's going off of that original theme of having a guy introduce another guy to a girl and being set up. That's kind of the only line that exists that implies the whole point of the song. This whole idea only made it into a couplet. That girl from Tennessee, she's the only Tennessee. And when I look into her eyes, I see she's looking at me. I was hanging out with a girl who was from Tennessee with my brother and one of my best friends, Dario. And my brother said the joke, hey, are you from Tennessee? Because you're the only 10 I see, in just this kind of awkward, flirtatious way that was funny at the time. We were all laughing it off, and in the back of my mind, I was thinking, oh yeah, I just found it. And I thought, this is perfect. I'm going to write a song called The Girl from Tennessee, and I'm going to have that line in there. It just all came to me all at once. It was a great moment. I gotta make it happen, because she's moving toward the door. I'll probably say something stupid, and she'll think I'm such a bore, but I gotta go for it. I gotta go for it. I gotta go. When this whole thing happened, I later had a great opportunity to connect further with the girl from Tennessee in this story of my brother saying, hey, girl from Tennessee, you're the only 10 I see. And I didn't, because I was stupid and I hesitated. And I committed to myself that I would never hesitate again, that I would go for it, that I would live my life. So this was a big life-changing experience for me in how much I was committed to living my dreams. Not just with women, with just life. I felt like I was done hesitating. And so that's why I said, I gotta make it happen. In this case, she's now married and it didn't work out, which is fine. I just realized after it didn't work out that if I wouldn't have hesitated, I could have had a different future, and I'll never know. And so I'm done hesitating. So that's the declaration of the song, really, is that I gotta go for it. I'm done hesitating with things that might not make sense. There are like 7 dudes around her, each so big and strong. I'm not the type of guy who wears a gun on his bow while he's mowing his front lawn. The 7 dudes around her, each so big and strong, was influenced by another song by Flight of the Conchords called The Most Beautiful Girl in the Room, which is a great song. Recommend you check it out. And at one point he talks about how it's just him and her and 7 other dudes around her in the dance floor. I thought that was a good way to show that she was just like this desirable woman, is that, 7 other dudes around her, each so big and strong. And also it emphasizes that whole thing of like, I'm probably not her type. Like, she doesn't necessarily have the most motivation to go for me. And I feel like that vulnerability allows me to make fun of the country community. The other line, the thing about people who mow their lawns with a gun on hand. After singing this song to a friend, his name's Gary, he started laughing at that line. And he said, "That's so true. I totally do that." And I was like, what? That sounds insane. And it totally makes sense. And it was just funny. It was just a good moment. To me, it's weird, but to them, it's totally normal and it's cool. And I think that's one of the great things about life, is that we can all be so different. I don't own a pickup truck or a ranch out in Wyoming. Instead of watching a rodeo, I'd like to see some emo dudes sing. I have a friend from Wyoming, and me and my buddy Dario went up to visit her once, and it was an eye-opening experience. Wyoming is a different place, and it's great, and I love it there. It's just so distinct from anything else, and I think countrysides do that. They really bring out the differences in people and have these really unique cultures that are really fun. And I can't see myself ever owning a truck or a ranch in Wyoming. That's just not me. Some people love it, and that's great. And I think, more power to them. Just not me. As far as watching emo dudes sing, I love emo music. My first concert was an emo concert. My second concert was an emo concert. The first few concerts I went to were emo. I think the emo concerts have great energy. I recommend that if you haven't gone to one, you go to one, just because it's such an interesting environment to be a part of. And some of them are super spiritual, which is really cool and against the stereotype. I never chewed tobacco. I never fought a guy in a bar. Last time I rode a horse, I was 3, so I doubt I'll be a country star. I legitimately was having to think in my head, okay, wait, when's the last time I rode a horse? And it was like, I was pretty sure it was like when I was 3. My grandparents owned a ranch up in Oregon, and they had horses, and I rode one. What would be really funny is if somehow I became a country star based on all of this. I doubt it. Again, I doubt I'll be a country star. I never chew tobacco. That's just true. I'm straight edge. Don't do drugs. And she could have about any guy that suits her fancy. So impressed to think of a reason that she would choose me. That further expresses my vulnerabilities. Maybe she'll see past all my faults, especially the fact that I'll never say y'all. I have a weird aversion to the word y'all. I'm just confused by people who love to use y'all. It just sounds so strange to me. Maybe we'll be in love forever. She'll start to ask herself, why were we ever not together? That's a cool, psychological phenomenon. The way we view our relationship now influences how we view our entire relationship with that person. We consider our emotions as constant, even though they're not. So if I'm in love with a girl right now, I think, it's like we've always been together. And when I first met her, it was love at first sight. So that's where that comes from, is this fact that we associate our current emotions towards someone with our memory of them. Most of the time, people aren't falling in love at first sight. They don't know that that's the person they want to marry. They just figure that out later in life. And so because they figured it out later and they feel those strong emotions toward that other person, they act like it was how they always felt. So that's where that line comes from. Maybe, probably not, and thinking real, we'll probably just talk. I feel like we all get these really romantic expectations about life. Or at least I do. I see things kind of as this fairy tale. I've fallen into that trap, and I see it as a rom-com. I have these big expectations, and in reality, if I make a move, we'll probably just talk. It probably won't be the extreme of either side. I probably won't fall in love with her and have this crazy romantic relationship, and she probably won't hate me and think I'm just some loser. She'll probably just talk with me. It's not either fantasy, it's a reality. It's not dramatized. That's the song. If you have other suggestions, stuff preferably from the patient, you can go back. I'd love to do a song and explain the lyrics for you. If not, that's cool too. I can stop doing these at any time. Hope you enjoyed, and if you didn't, whatever. Leave a like, comment, share it, and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. I'll be posting more videos, so bye.